You're listening to episode 2 of Lane to the Future, brought to you by the More Daily Podcast Network. My name is David Moore.
And I am Curtis Lane, as always.
This is the show where me and Curtis Lane take a look into our future.
What's today's topic, Dave?
Video games.
Oh, everybody loves video games.
Giving it everything.
Batman.
Arkham City.
This is our Lane to the Future show that we're going to start calling LTTF.
Welcome to LTTF.
Lane to the freaking future.
It's just future, man. What are you trying to go off topic here for? Trying to
Because
screw people up.
This is the show of off-topicness.
Yeah, true, I know.
We are literally 30 seconds into the show, and we're already off topic.
Hell yeah. Okay, what's today's topic, Dave?
We're doing video games, Curtis. I thought it was an appropriate topic, considering that E3 just ended.
It did. Didn't it just happen over the weekend?
You know, considering the show will be released about 2 weeks after E3. But
yeah, whatever.
we're close enough.
Close enough.
We're recording this show about
A few days
half
after
a
the-
week after E3, so, you know.
It's close enough.
Right. Okay. Disappointment.
Lots of disappointment.
For me, all around.
Dude, why didn't Sony come out with a new console?
Because
It's been like 5 years.
It has been
Come on, at least
6
show
years.
a beta. Come on.
Sony decided that when they released the PS3, it was a 10-year life cycle. They said this.
Bullshit.
They said this at E3 5 years ago.
I'm bored with the PS3.
Look. You can't make a console much better than the PS3.
You can't at the
I
time
ha-
being no.
I have one.
I don't.
I never go, wow, this thing feels like it's out of date and crappy. No. There's absolutely nothing. There is no feature that I go, this PS3 absolutely has to have this. And it's something that they actually have to tear the whole thing down and build it into it.
Well, it's not like they couldn't do a really cool update or at least give us a beta or like a little showing of what they're thinking of for the fourth one, you know?
You know, like
Even though I think the fourth one's still going to be that giant software update,
Yeah,
which it was going to be like, what, 2 years ago?
that was the theory 2 years
Which
ago.
was stupid.
Yeah, well,
Just all that's what's going to be difference
Analysts-
is the thing comes up and it says PS4. Whoop-de-freaking do. You just pay like $50 for a thing to say PS4.
you know,
Life
there'd
sucks.
be some sort of increase in something. I mean, if there had to have been some major feature boost. You know, if you release an operating system of a computer, you have to add something.
I
to-
know, but still.
Yeah.
They could show something. It's been 5 years at least.
We're not thinking about anything except we're going to decide that Naughty Dog happens to best PlayStation third parties ever. Okay,
Yeah.
Every PlayStation console, in my personal opinion, the Naughty Dog series are always pretty much, you know, top notch.
Yeah, we had Crash, we had Jack.
And then we have Drake from Uncharted. But
I don't really like Uncharted. Uncharted, it's not a bad game. It's just they need to have less green.
it's not my style.
Too much green.
If you play it on an HDTV, it's a much pleasant
Yeah,
experience.
but still, if
Yeah.
I have to sit at a game for 20 minutes because it doesn't tell me what to do and I'm stuck, it becomes less fun.
Yeah,
Like
look,
Jack and Dexter and what was it?
Crash.
Crash. I forgot.
They
the
don't
name
get
of it.
challenging until you've learned how to play the
Yeah.
game.
Uncharted starts
gets-
challenging, and it's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Is
Where
this
the hell
ever
am
gonna
I?
get better?
Am I? Where am I going?
Look, I'm not a video game fanatic. I
Yeah,
am no
nor
hard.
am I.
I can never say I'm some hardcore gamer.
You
My
should be talking to
friend,
Jeff.
right? Jeff should be in this show talking about how he can platinum like 64 games.
Oh God,
Okay.
Jeff.
All right, look, I've never platinumed a game since trophies. All right, I'm willing to admit that.
I don't own a PS3.
You know,
I'm more retro.
you like the Wii.
I do like
That,
my Wii.
that's a current console.
I like my Wii. I like playing Mario Kart. I like playing Smash Brothers.
Right.
I just wish it was better, too.
Right.
Like, I wish I didn't have to have 8 people over to play Smash Brothers. I wish I could just go online and play Smash Brothers with, like, some Chinese kids or something.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be fun, even though I'd get my ass kicked, but still, it'd be fun.
We stay on the current subjects. E3 came out, and Sony announced a game, and I don't know if you did reading around this.
I didn't see the Sony ones.
PlayStation, what was it? PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Super Smash Brothers with PlayStation characters.
Really?
This is what I'm calling it.
Why couldn't they just be like? Why couldn't they call it a new Mortal Kombat? Sony still or Microsoft still owns. Wait, what? PlayStation still owns it. I'll just state that.
Do they?
Go with the console. Yeah, they still own Mortal Kombat. I think they haven't made one in like 4 years.
Well, Sega owned it, then Nintendo owned it, then Sega kind of owned it again.
Well,
and
Sega's now owned by PlayStation, so
Sega's owned in
mainly
segments of
It's
things. Sonic Team's was owned by Nintendo, then it's kind of expanded to
Sega
everybody.
mainly is owned by PlayStation.
Right.
Sega. I'm not saying Sonic. Characters can be traded.
Yeah.
Sonic is mainly Nintendo. Sonic is going to Nintendo. Yeah.
Which makes sense.
It does make sense. He's kind of looks like a Nintendo character.
Yeah, he kind of blends in with Mario and
Yeah, and all that other stuff. But like,
seriously, I'm limited here with what happened recently.
yeah, it was so little. Like all Microsoft or Xbox did was go, okay, we got a bunch of games coming out.
Look, we've got Halo 4.
Look, we got Angry Birds for Kinect. How fun is that gonna be? I loved playing Angry Birds with a freaking camera.
The only good Kinect game in the world is Dance Central. You know why? Because it's made by a company that made special hardware for games like Rock Band.
Yeah.
Okay? If you give a company whose all their current games are based off making special hardware to play games in different ways, guess who's going to accelerate with a new thing like the Kinect? They are.
Yeah.
You know why?
course.
Because they're not sitting here going, we got to make hardcore shooter games with trigger buttons and we're going to get in vehicles and save the planet for the 100th billionth time from Halo Warriors, whatever the hell they do.
Yeah, I'm annoyed with shooter games. This is one of the big reasons I stopped playing newer video games and why I stopped buying them.
90% of the games that come out
They're
are
the same.
okay, well maybe I should say 50-ish, somewhere around there percent are shooters. The other 50 are somewhere around, sports games, and the rest are like these weird games that nobody plays and they're obscure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
And they're just weird. But sometimes they're really good, but sometimes they really suck.
Games that are released in I'm going to just openly admit it, I love PlayStation. I've loved PlayStation since I was a kid. Journey is a game that Sony released in the PlayStation Store from a company called That Game Company. They made Flower and they made Flow, and now they made Journey.
Okay.
And Journey is the weirdest game. Yet, to me, not being a hardcore gamer, yet that game shines in this way that you can't even imagine. It's the fantasy of you literally spend the entire game walking through a desert.
Okay.
You open with this dude in like a hood, and there's a big mountain, and you walk super slow, and it's implied that you should probably be walking towards this mountain. That's all they tell you. Okay? You learn to fly using like magic and opening doors, but they don't tell you anything.
It's one of those games. Oh, I hate those kind of games.
But it's not so challenging that you're frustrated. It's not like Kingdom Hearts 1 where you just don't even know what you're supposed to be doing.
God, I needed a book for that crap.
You need a book.
I had to literally ask my buddy, dude, you have the book. Let me borrow it so I can at least get past this second part in this game. It was just one of those games. That sucked.
This is what I mean. We get Call of Duty games.
Which are always the same.
A million Call of Duty games. We get a million Madden games. And and then we get some Halo games.
Which are just shooter games, basically.
Here's the difference between Call of Duty and Halo. Halo is aliens.
Call of Duty is humans.
Right.
That's it.
Got it. Done. Same game.
Mm-hmm. Just different settings.
Yeah, different settings and made by different companies, so they appear different in some way.
I saw a thing that compared like the newer shooter games. It was like, okay, we need an idea for a shooter game. Get weapons. New and more weapons.
Let's add weapons.
That's it.
It's like the Madden games that people buy every year.
I stopped buying them.
All
They're
they
all
do
the
is
same.
add stats. I purposely don't get it. I don't get.
I stopped caring. I'm like, if I'm gonna play with the ones I like, with the characters I like.
All right, it's 2012. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Madden 2010 is $3.
I'm buying that one.
Yeah, I will buy that one.
Let's make a choice here. Okay, you can have Madden 2012 for $60 plus tax, or you can have Madden 2010
for $3.
for $3.
You know what the difference is?
A lot. Well, I mean,
stats.
price is a lot. The stats are no different. Everything's the same. You still have Peyton Manning on the on the Colts. Sorry, I'm saying Patriots. You got Tom Brady on the Patriots.
Right.
You got the crappy Browns. You got the crappy Raiders. You got all the other crappy teams. And the main good ones are they always stay the same. The good ones are the same. Because the people who make the games are going, we got to make this person really good. We got to make this team really good. We got to make this team really good.
Yeah, you can't.
And all the other teams suck.
Right.
That's basically it.
It's a world doomed to repeat itself. Look. Here's what shined at E3. All right. If PlayStation All Stars didn't look so much like Super Smash Bros., it might have looked like a cool game. Okay.
Yeah, it looks way too much like Smash.
Here's the truth. What shined to me is the Wii U. Now,
oh yeah, that thing's cool looking.
I'm gonna be attacked here. Okay. I have watched a million YouTube reviews. I took the time to watch these and criticize and see what people are saying. The response in every single one of these videos is basically like, I hate this stupid console. Why would anybody buy the Wii U? It's just an upgrade to Wii.
Well, yeah, it's just an upgrade to the Wii, but it's such an interesting update.
Yeah. Look, if you're going to show me something different, that's going to excite me more than goddamn freaking repetitive games that are sequels. Like, the only sequel that they didn't show at E3 in the PlayStation conference that I'm pretty sure of is basically The Last of Us, which is just basically an Uncharted game with zombies. It's look, I'm sorry.
It looks like a knockoff of the movie I Am Legend.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I'm like,
It's zombies, but
it's similar.
Walking Dead.
Kind of, yeah.
Look.
Well, like, think about it. You're trying to get out of a city and you're trying to find more people. Basically, that's what this game is.
Right.
And there's a obstacle, which are these mutated humans.
To be honest, we don't know too much about this game.
Well, that's basically
except the trailers that they've shown.
Yeah, and I figured out the basic plot line.
Right.
It's fairly simple. I don't know if they're going to put, like, some weird twist on it. Like, ooh,
Naughty
you gotta
Dog
do
always has a
minigames.
wonderful twist.
Not all
And
of them.
I have faith in Naughty Dog to make a very good game.
I stopped. After Uncharted, it's hard to.
Uncharted's not my...
Naughty Dog did make some good games.
It's
in the past.
Here's how I feel about Uncharted. It's a very good game to some people. It is not my kind of game.
It ain't my kind of game either.
I
get stuck way too easily.
Naughty Dog went from fantasy to less fantasy slightly, except different.
To semi-reality, I would put it.
To reality, and it's this weird jump if you grew up through all those games.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. Uncharted is definitely marketed for our age group. It's not marketed towards little kids.
No.
Little kids aren't going to understand that storyline. It's marketed towards the same people who grew up playing Crash when they were 4 years old.
Yeah, but you can't make that jump from fantasy to reality just like that. It doesn't work that way.
Look,
you know?
I
You can't jump from like Pac-Man to like Sims.
I admire the story of Uncharted. It's a very, very good story. It's compelling and wonderful, and it's everything that Naughty Dog can be, but the gameplay is just not this familiar.
I feel like it should have gone through testing more.
I feel like they should have made this fantasy world. Seriously, when they said they were concluding the Uncharted series to make The Last of Us, I knew nothing about The Last of Us, but I was like hoping like make something weird, make. Okay, there was an article that came out that said they considered making a Jak and Daxter 4.
Oh, that would have been sweet.
I know.
I would have loved that. That would have been so cool.
It would have gave me another game to buy. Seriously, here's what I buy for my PS3. I buy the collections. Sly
That's it.
Collection, Jak and Daxter. What the hell? Why?
Dude, I haven't. This is weird. I've actually noticed something. I have not bought a video game. Like, bought.
Yeah.
Like, I downloaded Minecraft, but I didn't buy it. I just bought a private server.
Right.
I downloaded a private server. I have not bought a game for 3 years.
This is video games.
This is video game. I've lost all interest, almost in all of them. Either I've borrowed them and gave them back to like the people I got them from, as of like Jeff or whatever.
I don't have enough patience to beat any of these games either.
I don't have the time anymore. Like, I'm off right now.
Right.
Like, I work, but I have days off. I don't sit around and play a video game. You know what I do?
Something more productive.
I go out. I try to hang out with people. I like the more social interaction better. I don't like sitting in front of a TV for 12 hours playing a video game. It doesn't give me the
We have friends who can.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
I don't.
I can't do it. I did it when I was little. Like when I first got my first PlayStation.
Right.
Like when the PS1 just first came out. Oh, I could game for hours.
But I could sit down and play a PS1 for hours still.
Oh yeah, I can't. Not my games.
Well, not that many hours.
I
but
sold all my good games, which kind of ticks me off.
It's a regret. Seriously, I go by the collections of old PS2 games that were classics that are in HD and on nice big TVs now.
I love the Sly collection.
Dude, the Sly collection is great.
That was like one of my favorite ones that you bought.
Jack and Daxter was great.
Yeah.
Look, there was some weird. What was it? The company that helped make it as mass media.
Yeah.
And they screwed something up somewhere. Especially, in Jack 2, they screwed something up somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
So you fall, and it sounded like you hit, like, rocks, like, every time. It didn't matter what you hit. That sound effect definitely was not there in the original game.
Well, they just might have screwed something up. That's just a little thing, though.
Right. It still was the same game, the same gameplay, and the same characters and the same story that was wonderful.
Yeah.
And to see it in HD.
I put past tense on love because I loved games. I don't love them anymore. I love playing my old games.
Yeah.
I love taking my old box Nintendo from 1986.
Right.
And
Before
playing
you were born.
I love playing Super Mario Brothers 3 because that's arguably one of the best games ever created.
I seriously can.
Could you like sit and play that game?
Yeah, dude,
It's freaking awesome.
Have you ever gone in your basement, picked up the N64, hooked it up, and gone, holy crap,
Hell yeah.
this is so much fun.
Dude, I did that in college.
Yeah.
My neighbor had an N64. He's like, dude, buy me cords for it. We're going to play this shit. I'm like, all right. I got him cords for like $2 off eBay.
Right.
And he paid me $2 for it. And we hooked it up. We started playing Smash Brothers and Mario Kart. And it was just awesome.
Right.
Because we like played with like 8 other people. It was so wicked. And it gave you such that feeling. You're like, this is so cool. It's so old. You see all these boxes.
Nintendo's the only one who's innovating.
Yeah, but they still need to understand that the internet is there.
Look, they're having this hard time. Okay, they're the ones coming up with these awesome creative ideas, yet they're lacking behind the things that need to be there.
Like the internet.
Look.
And the ability to play DVDs. Come on.
Okay, literally the Wii U.
Come on.
Somebody literally asks whatever the frick his name is. Tomi Hakajana, whatever.
Don't be racist.
I'm not trying to be here.
The dude that has rates to Nintendo, whatever, that guy.
Right, that guy.
The president guy.
Okay, somebody goes, what's the premise on the Wii U playing Blu-rays and DVDs? And his response is, it doesn't play either. You know why? Because you should already have something else that does that. This is the problem with Nintendo. They assume that the consumers want to buy a bunch of different things.
I don't.
If I could have one console, I'd be so happy.
That's what the PS3 did. It put all the crap together. And it's like, you know what? We're going to give them as much as we can right now.
That's why the PS3 rocks.
And it's awesome.
That's the beauty of the PS3, not the games.
I don't like
anymore.
The
Seriously,
games are not as much as a big part of it anymore.
The PlayStation Network store is the greatest thing ever. You know why? Because I can buy PS1 games in it.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You want to buy Crash for $6?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Give me that.
You want me to put it on your PSP Go? Yeah, I do. Okay.
Okay, that takes me to the portable. Let's go to the portable consoles now.
All right. Currently portable.
We're talking
3DS,
the 3DS,
the PlayStation Vita,
and the PlayStation Go.
Yeah, I'm still considering the Go a system because I'm not going to give up my hope for it.
Does Xbox have one?
No.
No, not yet.
The rumored existence of the Xbox mobile game system is called the Xbox 120. It does not exist. It has never been confirmed, and it's made up by analysts who just make stuff up.
Okay, so it's not real. Okay.
Right.
So the big ones are Sony and Nintendo. Which is okay.
Right.
And I feel, should we throw Apple in there with the iPod maybe?
This is another show.
That's a gray area.
Okay, here we're gonna bring this up because this is something I want to bring up in at least one show if I never get to do it. The iPod Touch has a gaming functionality.
It does,
Here-
but it's a limited gaming functionality because you don't have the, okay, I'm just going to throw this out there. I have an iPod, and I've bought apps that are mainly games because I like gaming on it. It's fun.
Right.
They're fairly simple.
Yeah.
That they don't have much. Like, the most complicated one I've gotten to is Infinity Blade,
Right.
which isn't that complicated. You press a button, it goes, you swipe, that's about it.
Right. It's a
Then
sword.
there's another one that's like, that you showed me, the Fight Pilot game.
Right.
That has the analog that doesn't exist. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I like to feel the analog.
I like air supremacy, but
I don't. I like to have the feeling of the analog, because I know exactly where I'm going
You know
in
the
space.
coolest thing is, and we're gonna go off topic here, but they make rubber analog sticks
Yeah, I
that
saw that.
suck onto them. That's the coolest thing ever.
I've seen that.
That's
Okay.
That's
but I don't.
great.
Once again, I don't want to have to buy
something else.
a second thing so I can feel like it. I have that thing. You know, it needs to have maybe a secondary analog or something
Right.
somewhere.
This is the problem.
Like on the back, it just flips out.
Nintendo
cool.
wants to fight DVDs and Blu-rays,
But
but this is stupid.
in the end, they're gonna lose because
Because if you don't give me something that can do everything,
you're
if
not
you
gonna buy
say-
it.
I'm gonna go buy the PS3.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the other
If-
thing,
if
even if
it's-
it's a little bit more expensive. You're gonna be like, I want the thing that does everything instead of the thing that does half the things, and I still have to buy more stuff.
Right.
And it's gonna cost me more to buy all the other stuff
And
than
then-
just buy the one thing. Because I think PS3s go for like $300 now.
right.
That's
so
like the
unless the Wii U is gonna be super cheap, nobody's gonna buy it.
Oh no,
And here's what's
it'll
gonna
be
happen.
just like
It's
the Atari Jaguar back in the day. Nobody gonna buy it.
the Wii U. My biggest fear with this we're gonna fight society
Mm-hmm.
thing is it's gonna crash and burn just like the 3DS did and get a massive price cut, and then Nintendo's gonna have to sell every single one for less than it costs them to make it and hope they make it up on software, which they will. You know why? Because Nintendo makes the best games still. And that's
Okay, what
that's
do you mean? What happened to the 3DS? I never caught what happened.
3DS came out $250.
Okay,
Portable 3DS. Okay,
I looked at it. It wasn't great.
3DS is a gimmick. I don't see that well. I can't see the 3D.
Dude,
It's-
I can see perfectly, and I couldn't see the 3D.
and the
and it
people
hurt
who
my
the
eyes.
people who say they can just complain that it hurts their eyes.
Yeah.
Okay?
All I see is like there's 3D depth.
I have friends who have them and they just turn it off. The beauty of the 3DS to me, and I totally want one, is I want to play the N64 games
Oh,
that
yeah.
you can play on them. Okay.
I really want a DS. I don't want a 3DS. I just want a DS.
All right.
Like the DS XXL or whatever.
Right.
That's cool. I like those ones.
That 3DS gimmick, okay, came out $250. Now it's $170.
You know what it kind of reminds me of?
What?
Going way back. You remember okay, for all of you that watch video game reviews that are back in the day, some of you won't understand what I'm talking about. There's this thing that came out in like the 90s that Nintendo made. It was called the Virtual Boy. It was this.
This is their
apparent-
pre-Game Boy.
This is No, this isn't pre-game. This is post Game Boy. Game Boy came out like right with Nintendo, or right with the
Virtual
NES.
Boy.
Virtual Boy, that
Yeah.
red thing that
The
you strap
red-
to your head.
Yeah.
Okay, basically it's this giant box thing that you put in front of your face.
I love that there's
You
hand
wear-
motions in a
Yeah, there's-
non-video.
I wish that you could see my hand motions because it's right in front of your face and it's on a stand and you have to lean into it. And there's a controller with 2 D-pads on it and like 2 analog sticks. I can't remember the complete specs of what it looks like. But you play games with 3D depth in red and black. And those are the only 2 colors.
Nice.
It's really bad because it gives you a wicked headache after 10 minutes of play. And the 3DS is a smaller, portable, more version of it. And that's all it is, with color. That's all it is. That's
There-
all I see the 3DS as.
3DS has some amazing potential. I'll give it that.
It does,
But
but it
it
doesn't.
should have been released for $170.
Yeah, I would have bought it then.
Yeah, I want to buy one now. You know why I don't buy one? I'm broke.
I
I'm poor.
don't buy one? It's not because I'm broke. It's I don't want it right now because I have better priorities. Every time something new comes out, I don't go, oh, I need that, and drop everything and go stand out like you did with the iPad. Sorry, I'm throwing you under the bus a little bit,
Right.
but
okay.
you stood outside for an iPad. I'm sorry.
Yes, and it turned out to be the greatest
I know,
tool for me.
but dude, you could have waited a week
Yeah, I could have, but
and then just gone in and be like, I want an iPad. Okay,
I'm-
here you go.
I'm not going to deny that that wasn't a very fun experience.
I'm sorry. I don't think I will ever stand outside for something. For how
Okay,
long did you stand outside for?
I stood outside the Apple store for 3 hours on the
I'll
day of the
pass.
original iPad. Nobody
Yeah.
even had seen them in person.
Dude, I will pass.
All right.
I'm sorry. 3 hours.
No, okay, now listen to this.
Come on.
I also stood. Now, nothing seems like a long wait to me anymore. Black Friday last year, I stood
Jesus.
outside Best Buy for 12 hours to get a TV.
That one was a little bit more worth it because it was free.
I got a free TV. So
That was cool. Okay, we're getting off topic.
The-
All right, so current video games.
All right.
Yay, nay, in the middle. Current. Like 2011, 2012.
I feel like we're doomed.
I don't like them because they're all the same.
They're
boring.
They're sequels.
They're
not-
sequels and they're same.
And they're not always the sequels of things that need to be sequels. Look, you can only make Call of Duty so many times.
Yeah, but
You can only add more weapons. You can only add more maps. This doesn't increase the value of the game. Look, I am a huge fan of Rock Band. It's one of my favorite video games of all time.
it's fun.
It's super fun. But guess what? I got sick of it. You
So
know,
did I.
you know why?
Because every time we came over to your house, we would play it, and then it was like, dude, I don't want to play Rock Band anymore. Everything's breaking.
I can't get it.
We broke all the sticks and all the foot pedals, and then the guitars went out. It's like, dude, we
I
can't
have
even
all the
do
stuff
anything
now.
anymore.
By the way, we have all the stuff again.
I know, and it works, but we just don't play it because it's not downstairs and it's not up here.
You want to pay enough for every song. It's you
But you
can
don't have enough.
you can only increase the value of the game so far. The
Yeah.
same way that you can sell me a PlayStation Vita, you can sell it to me for $350.
Screw that.
It costs more than a PS3, I'm pretty sure.
Let's buy a PS3. Truthfully.
Not only that, it's a portable game system that has about 12 games.
That's it?
Two of which I could possibly care about.
Is that
which
literally
is
it?
Mod Nation Racers and Little Big Planet.
That reminds me of the Virtual Boy. Came out, had a total of 16 games, and died.
Right.
That's it. That kind of maybe history will repeat itself for Sony. It'll
Here's
just jump from Nintendo to Sony. That'd be kind of funny.
here's where the Vita's killing itself though. Is it's trying to be Facebook and Twitter.
Oh God.
But here's why you add those things. You try to add functionality. But you know why that's there? Is because it's trying to compete with a market called smartphones. Look,
But you're never gonna compete with smartphones
You know
because
who-
everyone has smartphones now.
right.
Shit, I'm leaning towards getting a smartphone.
Here's
you
here's
know?
why the Game Boy and the original DS and the original handheld consoles, quote unquote, did so well. You know why? Because
There was-
not the casual gamers who like to play games on the go bought those. You know why they
Yeah.
don't buy them anymore? Because they have iPhones and Android phones.
And because
and,
you can get the casual games on them anyways.
right. You don't. The DS, the original DS, was basically a time waster for people.
Yeah.
Look, they have beautiful games like Nintendogs. I love that game.
And like Pokemon.
But now those types of games are suited by smartphones.
Yeah.
So who's the market of the Vita? Hardcore gamers. You know what portable systems already were and still are? Crappier versions
of the same games.
of the games that are on the consoles.
And you know the hardcore gamers are just gonna stay on their consoles. Because
There's not enough of them who are dedicated enough to go portable.
well, you gotta think, like, the gamers are looking for the next big thing. They're not gonna look at a portable console and go, I need that. That's what's gonna have all the cool games on it. They're not
Right.
gonna see that. They're gonna say, that portable console is gonna have some of the same games as my console, except my console has a bigger screen. It's gonna have a controller I can hold, and I can still do the same things with it.
And
And I'm already not leaving my mother's basement, so yeah.
I'm not.
I feel like I'm gonna get ripped on because of that.
I'm not going to spend that much money on that. You know, look, being a consumer, I have a choice to get certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I can pick up a PlayStation Vita, or I can get the next iPhone. Which one am I going to be happier with?
iPhone
The
does more, I think.
The iPhone. You know why? Because it does both.
Yeah.
It does the little bit of portable gaming that I personally need, and does everything else. You know what the Vita does? It attempts to do Twitter poorly. It attempts to do
Yeah.
Facebook poorly.
It's kind of a fail.
It's not optimized to do what they want it to do.
Well, that's the problem with the things today. You know, they're all trying to compete, but none of them are winning. Put it that way. That's the best way to say it.
It's like the 3DS and the Vita are supposed to be competition against each other right now.
That's not very good
But I
competition.
don't want either one of them.
It's just like, okay, put it in this perspective. The PlayStation Vita has some games
Yeah.
right now.
Some very cool
The
portable
3DS
games.
has cool ideas,
Right.
and the smartphones have the functionality.
And which one are the people who don't have a ton of money going to pick up?
And this is the problem. You need one with all three. You need functionality, you need cool ideas, and you need the games.
Right.
That's the problem. One of them needs to figure out, hey, we need to make one of those handheld systems that has all three of these things put together, and we will have consumers begging us for these things. They
That's
figured
what-
that out. They're like, oh, we're making money. We're making money.
It's why the 3DS got an $80 price cut, and they don't make any money off them. They have to sell games. And
Yeah.
then games cost $40 a piece.
And then I don't buy games. Then
Look,
you don't buy anything.
I can buy... You know how many games I can buy on my iPhone for $40?
You know how many-
40 games.
You know how many old Nintendo games I can buy for $40? A lot. Because they're like 50 cents. Or free if you go to a yard sale.
Look, there's a lot of games I would love to buy today. There's
yeah.
SSX. There's tons of new games that just came out.
I want God of War. I wish I
I
had
want the new God of War. But guess how much those games cost a piece?
$50, $60,
Nowhere under 50. Okay.
$50, $60 roughly in that
You know how
range.
much 50 to 60 bucks is to a normal person?
A lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a bill.
Yeah.
It's like, that's my electric bill.
I could pay my phone, or
Shit,
I could
my
pay
phone,
buy
too.
a video game. I could pay for my phone, or I could buy a video game. I'm going to take my phone.
This is where you start thinking, it's like, I could have water and or a video game. I could have electricity or a video game. I could have food or a video game. You gotta have priorities with this kind of stuff.
Right. I'm going to pay.
And if games are $50, everybody's gonna be like, I need my bills paid first. I need my lights. I need my water.
I need
would like some
my
food.
electricity to play this game.
I would like some food first. Then we can talk. All right.
There has to be a way to make these games cheaper. Okay?
They could be cheaper is the problem. It takes nothing to mass produce a game
Anymore.
Like, what do the discs cost? This costs like a few cents to make.
Well, Blu-rays are a difference.
Blu-rays are a little bit more expensive. They're like 50 cents a piece.
Maybe
To make
little-
a whole game,
to make it.
to make a game, it costs around. All right, I'm going off a Mortal Kombat thing. This is a while back. It takes a few designers. The whole game by itself takes about roughly 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
Which is a long time. It takes a lot of development, takes a lot of game creation, takes a lot of character development,
And it
storyline
takes
plot
paying those
making.
people so they can have a living.
But
Money
then you gotta think that in total the game is gonna cost to make around going on $1 million, $2 million
too. Right.
tops, because you're not gonna have that big of a design team unless you're like Naughty Dog and you have like that'll cost you
You
like
started in a basement with 14 people, made Crash, and now you're the biggest third party on PS.
yeah. Well, like it could cost anywhere from I'd say $5 to $15 million.
Yeah.
But think about it. If you sell that game for $10, that's it.
Right.
That's okay. And if you sell, I don't know, 1 million games, which you will, there's 6 billion people in this planet
Who have $10.
that have 10.
want
There's
that
a
game.
lot of people. You're making your money back right then and there. You're done. Then you start making profit.
Right.
But they're like, we want profit now. We don't want it in a month. We want it now. That's the problem. I don't like that philosophy. You need to start thinking long run.
The coolest thing in video games, and I'm surprised I haven't even got here yet, is free to play. Coolest thing ever.
I love free to play.
I don't mind ads. They
No.
don't bother me.
It bothers me when it interrupts gameplay, when it pops up when I'm in the middle of something. And I'm like, come on. This
Yeah.
isn't fair.
Okay, but little banners in the bottom.
Screw that. It's cool. It's fine.
Yeah,
I don't care.
seriously.
I never even look at them.
That's how they want to make their money.
Go ahead.
Good.
for
You want to charge me $1 on an iPhone to buy a version that doesn't have ads?
Screw you.
That's awesome. I'll pay the $1.
I'm not paying $1. Screw that. I don't have it. Well, problem is I don't have $1 on my iTunes account, but
Right. Okay. No,
never mind.
but seriously, if you give me that option, I am willing to contribute to you. Okay?
Yeah.
If you can make Temple Run and convince me that I need 1,000 coins for $1,
I need 1,000 coins.
I need 1,000 coins. I need it. It becomes a need.
Yeah,
Okay.
instead of a want.
Right. And guess what?
You're
You
gonna buy
made
it.
$3 off of that me buying that game.
Yeah. All right.
And you made money off me seeing ads.
All right, so I have a question for you, Dave.
All right.
Where are we going to be in 5 years? Is it going to be the same, roughly, do you think? Because I'm thinking in 5 years,
Well,
it's not that far away, it's going to be the same.
here's the deal.
Everything's going to be the same.
We're going to see.
Except they're going to go back to cartridges. Because
We're-
that's what Sony Vita's going to push. It's like, let's go back to cartridges.
We're see. SD storage. Proprietary.
Cartridges.
Yeah. Okay.
The only problem with that, going SD proprietary, is if you go with that, you got a problem already. You want to know why?
Why?
Because a person like me, say just randomly me, I can take that little SD card, put it in my computer, download a game, crack the Vita, and be like, you know what? I get free games. That's your first problem.
This is possible. You can hack a Wii. Okay. You can.
Yeah,
hack,
I know.
You can hack anything.
I've seen how to hack a Wii. I don't want to.
You could hack
because it's a bunch of
PS2s.
crap.
You could hack PS2s to play burned games.
Yeah, but the PS2 is a process.
That was a
of you have-
hard hack.
That's a hardware hack.
Yeah.
You got to take out a chip and put one back in.
Yeah.
You got to know what you're doing, or else you're fucking up your PS2.
Right.
The Wii is a soft hack, and it is possible to do, but it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I've looked into it. It's not worth it. But you can make it play DVDs, and that might be.
Yeah, that's a possibility. It's a good thing. But then there's the Wii hard hack. There is another one. I would never try to, because the Wii has this thing called, there's like 4 layers of metal in this thing.
That's why
to get to what you need to get to. And if you fuck up just a little bit, you just destroyed your Wii.
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it, because all the screws are just like the PlayStation ones, all plastic. And if you don't have the right tool, you're screwed. So screwed.
I had to open a PS3 because I got the yellow light of death, and I had to get a game out. And I literally had to unscrew the hard drive, open the whole thing up, unlock the shell, unscrew the 12 screws to take out the disk drive, only to realize that the disk drive has like 48 screws on that.
Yeah.
To open that, because it wouldn't eject.
That's bullshit.
Come on. Like, really?
What game was it anyways? I forget.
It was like, I don't know.
It was a game you really liked.
It was some stupid game that had to. It was an important enough game that mattered enough that I had to take it out and then get a new PS3.
I bet it was Rock Band.
It probably was Rock Band.
All right, but 5 years. Where are we at? Where are we going to be?
In my perfect world.
In your perfect world? Okay.
Now, you'll disagree with me on this.
All right, well, let's see first.
Let's pretend the world is willing to adopt downloadable games.
All
I know
right.
you hate this idea because there's no such thing as rentals
There's no such thing as a renting download.
except GameFly.
That is the GameFly would be a good idea, except
GameFly like Netflix.
GameFly sends you the discs. They don't have an instant queue.
They have an instant queue for PC gaming only.
PC only. Well, yeah, I would say
Currently.
PC only. It's just like Steam almost.
Right.
But Steam has free-to-play games
Right.
like Team Fortress and a bunch of other ones I can't remember right now.
DC Universe.
DC Universe.
DC Universe is a great game.
Doesn't work on my computer because my computer's old.
It's a pretty hardcore game.
It is.
I played on PS3.
It plays. It just doesn't.
Play well.
It lags.
I want the world to adopt the concept of I'm going to store all my games on a physical hard drive. And
Okay.
I'm going to stream them from the internet. Either one is okay with me. Hopefully that the US government will allow high enough bandwidth to actually do that.
I wish they
By
allowed the
then.
bandwidth.
Because there's much better internet in the world that exists than what we can get.
I just hate that that's what we're limited to.
It's
Stupid.
it's dumb. But the point is, it is very possible if technology continues to advance that we could possibly get streamable games.
Yeah, we could.
Which,
We could.
if I could get GameFly instant games on my PS3, currently, that would be the coolest thing ever. Because then I wouldn't have a reason to pay for GameFly.
Yeah.
Because if I could pay a monthly bill to just try games, good. Because basically that's what I do. That's why I don't buy $60 games now.
I just don't buy games anymore.
Downloadable games are wonderful because they can be like $15. You know, $15 is a difference between saying $60. This is what I want for the future. I want them to realize that if you make the game cheaper,
You make
5
more
years,
money.
you'll make more money in the end because you know what? More people are going to buy it.
More people are going to buy it, and they're going to be more willing to buy more games
If they're
that cheap.
You charge me for a $10 game, okay?
Mm-hmm. You've made $10.
I am willing to accept that I've bought that game forever. I can't sell it back.
But
And
also...
I'm not going to be heartbroken. You know why? Because I spent $10.
All right. Also, I'm thinking of this other thing. If you... Okay, say the companies do realize in 5 years that they just want to sell games for $5. The places that sell them could always just bump them right back up to 60 and say, oh, that never changed, and make a bunch of money off of that,
Right.
which would be a pain. But then what the U.S. government would have to do would be pass a law so they can't do that. They can only put us so much profit.
Believe it or not, and this is a crazy theory of mine, within 5 years, I'm going to take a wild shot out here.
All right, go for it.
GameStop's, which is basically the only last video game store except
God, I hate GameStop.
this is seriously the last actual legit video game store.
Yeah.
Okay. In 5 years, we will, and they won't all be closed, but they will start closing.
I hate GameStop. Just bringing that up a little bit. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that just say it so well. It's like, I'd like to buy this game. Okay. Do you want to sign up for a bunch of crap that we're going to spam fuck your email account every freaking day for the next 20 years until we close? And then there's like, oh, I want to take this game I just bought and trade it in. Okay, we'll give you $3 store credit. What?
I bought this game for $60 from you yesterday.
Well, we can only give you $3 store credit because it's used now. And now we're going to just flip it and make $60 more off somebody else.
This is the problem with the used system. Look, I know a lot of people out there are die hard. I'm not buying games that are on the internet because I can't sell them back. Oh, look, get over it, buddy. Okay? Seriously. Look, if
really, what are you getting back out of them?
you're not making that much back. Let it go.
Unless you're going to the exchange where they give you a halfway decent rate.
Yeah, and you
Halfway.
you can argue it a little bit.
Yeah.
I sold plenty of games and I got $70 all at once. That was pretty nice because you know what? None of those games were worth anything to me.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the difference. I had 50 PS2 games.
Yeah.
My PS3 broke. My original PS3 broke.
Mm-hmm.
The new PS3s are not backwards compatible.
Which sucks.
Screw them to hell for doing that. I seriously am never going to let that go. I brought basically almost all those games except for the
ones you really
the
like.
killer awesome ones that I could never sell. I brought those in $12. I literally gave them at least 30 games.
Really?
$12
bullshit.
store credit. And I'm buying a PS3
From the
them.
exchange or
GameStop.
GameStop? Oh my god.
That day. I'm buying a PS3 from you. There is no deal.
And you know they're gonna flip all those games and sell them for like $5 a piece.
Right. They're going to be sold for $5 a piece, and you're going to give me 50 cents a piece.
That's sad.
Look, let the used games go. Okay?
You don't need that much profit.
You
and
don't-
if you do, you're not a real game store. You don't understand the gamers then.
No, I understand that GameStop doesn't make any money off selling new games.
Oh, no,
I
they don't.
understand why they have to do this.
That's sad though.
It's the publishers deciding that their games are worth $60 a piece, and if GameStop decided to sell them for more to make profit, nobody would buy a game for more than 60.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Look.
I won't buy a game for more than like 30.
Yeah,
That's me. I won't.
Every game I buy is used and it's under $30.
Every game I buy every game I've bought is used in less than 20. I've never bought a game for more than $20.
At least recently.
And-
I bought some $40 games. Okay.
I've never gotten that high.
I remember when PS2 games were released, they were brand new, they were $40. I remember that. That was like that was the general PS2 price. That wasn't that bad.
$40 wasn't that bad because it's only 220s and you're not breaking a 50.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
You're not making a dent in $100.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the difference. When you say 60, I'm spending over more than one half of $100. You know what I can buy for $100?
Lots of stuff.
Right. Okay.
Buy a bunch of food.
Yeah, I could buy what is that, like 25 Subway sandwiches?
Dude, I went... Okay, I don't know if anybody out there knows what an Aldi's is, But I went to Aldi's and bought $26 worth of food.
You
I
know
had a cart full of food.
You know what Gatorade is at Aldi's?
How much?
69 cents a bottle.
Well, it's because it's not real Gatorade.
Like, who cares? It tastes the same.
It's all the same shit. All right, so 5 years.
GameStops are going to start closing.
GameStops are going to close.
Because people are going to finally just give up and say, I'm going to start downloading games.
I think that, okay, the downloading games will start catching on a little bit. I think it will. I'm not going to preferably go for it.
I am
just because I'm not one of those people that likes to download games. I'm not real up with it unless they're only like $5.
Right.
If it's $5 for a downloaded game, I'll be fine with that.
I am one of those strange people in the world who does like the PSP Go.
I haven't bought. This is also where I'm kind of in flaw because I don't have any of the newer handheld systems besides my iPod.
Right.
And I like the iPod because you only get games are 99 cents or free.
Right.
I like free games. Those are fun.
They're
They're just as good as the paid for games.
The PSP Go, this is the gripe on it, okay? Sony made these proprietary discs called UMDs. They released these with the PSP, the original PSPs, the first 3 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know why they released 3 PSPs. I don't know what the difference was between them, but they got thinner.
Yeah, they got thinner and they were made with different materials. Like the first one was the strongest one, I would think, because it was called the brick.
Yeah.
That's what everyone calls it. The second one, it breaks really easy. The screen's kind of fragile. And the third one, the screen is a little bit better, but it's really flimsy and it breaks really easily. Those are the problems with it.
They made those little games called UMDs.
Yeah.
Great. These are cool. Honestly, that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, and they're like almost physically impossible to scratch
Because they're in
the
plastic case things.
which was cool.
Here's the problem. You're going to decide that about 2 years after, and I might be wrong. I might be completely wrong. This is how I remember it. After the PSP 3000, you release this little handheld called the PSP Go. It's about half the size of a PSP. It has slide-out controls just like the PSP, and there are no UMD drives.
Yeah.
You killed your own proprietary system. This also has a 16 gig built-in flash storage. I think. Pretty sure it's
it
flash
was something
storage.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was flash.
It's
yeah.
16 gigs of storage built in. Holy crap.
That's pretty big, decent for pretty good games, you know.
Considering I put like 10 PS1 games on that thing and it's not even close to full, that's pretty
Nice.
That's pretty cool. Okay?
I liked the PSP when it first came out, but once the PSP Go came out, I was like, I don't need it anymore.
If I was one of those people who had a bunch of UMDs, I might have been heartbroken, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have any. I haven't
Well,
bought...
if you were like Chris, he had a lot of those UMDs, but
Yeah.
I'd been heartbroken.
I
All right, so
love the download games. I love to put them on a hard drive, and I like to have them with me everywhere.
exactly. Well, okay, so that's 5 years, right?
5 years.
More downloading games. I agree with that. I do. I agree. The GameStops are going to close. GameFly is going to be more predominant.
Yeah.
Okay, what about 10 years? GameStops are going to be gone.
GameStops will be gone. I'm gonna go out on a whim and say that.
I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to think that GameFly will be the master, or there will be a second or Netflix. This would be cool if Netflix came out and started getting like a different controller that came with it. Like you get a controller that comes with your Netflix,
And
you get games that comes with Instant Queue, which would be sweet. Like think of that. Netflix, they send you a controller and there's Instant Queue games.
Right.
And like maybe it could be like a USB controller or something cool. Or you could use a PlayStation or an Xbox
You
controller
just use
or
a
something.
PS3
Or if this is 10 years, I'm thinking finally the PS4 will be
at the
out.
end of that 5 years, they will have announced what the PS4 will be.
I think they'll announce what it'll look like. They're like, this is what it's going to look like. That's all we're going to tell
This is
you.
our prototype. We're going to tell you nothing else about it, and there's going to be some 16 new proprietary systems
Yeah,
that
some
are only
crap.
in our thing.
Yeah. Well, whatever the hardware is then.
Yeah.
Like I have no clue where the hardware is going to be. They could have like friggin' virtual reality discs the size of quarters or whatever.
Okay.
You know.
Literally, DVDs came out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
HD came out not soon after.
No.
Okay. And we all knew that DVDs had to be replaced somehow.
Blu-rays.
Blu-rays. Answer that question.
All right. I kind of like Blu-rays. I just think they're way too expensive. Like
I don't think so. You can find them cheap now.
I know, but like if you want a movie on Blu-ray when it first comes out, which some people do,
It's too much.
It's expensive. A lot of things are expensive when they first come out. But if you're like a hardcore collector, say you collect movies, okay? There are people who do that.
Yeah.
And say you want to upgrade your collection. You want to go from, say, VHS tapes to DVD to Blu-rays.
It's a pain in the ass.
It's not only a pain in the ass, it's almost physically impossible.
Right.
Because those VHS tapes that you have, say that you have like some originals and stuff, you can never find the exact same thing. There's always something different.
And no matter what, the minute you do it, it's going to be changed again.
Yep. And
Sorry.
it's just not worth it.
It-
I would just stick with one format and be like, I need it on a VHS tape, please. Go into a Blockbuster or whatever. Be like, yeah, I need Men in Black 3 on a VHS tape, please. And they'll be like, wait, what? You want a what? On a what?
we
I need Men in Black 3 on a VHS tape. No, go in there and ask for a laser disc.
Dude, Laserdiscs are the shit.
Giant friggin' records that are freaking
Laser CD
Hell
records.
yeah. Just going, I want Men in Black 3 on a set of laser discs, please.
They'd look at you.
They'd look at me and be like, wait, they'd be like, just leave. Just
leave. It's not even funny.
leave. Dude, that's not funny. It's like saying, do you have Battletoads?
Right. No, seriously. I want video games to work the same way Netflix works now.
I would love that. That'd be sweet.
That's what I want 10 years.
I would love that on my... Or you could do it on consoles, too, you know? You could just have Netflix on, like, your Wii and play, like, whatever game you want for Wii.
Right.
That'd be awesome. I figured, like, the Wii U would be... The Wii U 2 would be out by then, too, in 10 years.
I'm assuming that
Or whatever.
Nintendo's going to continue. Consoles need to be updated every 5 years.
I had a question for you, because I didn't see this in E3. Did the Xbox come out with a... Did they say their new console?
No.
The 720?
No.
They didn't?
No.
Dude,
They
that
said-
was already rumored to be out.
It's been rumored to be out for years.
Oh, God, I hate these stupid things.
The rumors are bull.
I hate rumors because they a lot of the systems look really cool.
Yeah.
Especially when they're rumored, but then they're not real.
No, Microsoft came out and released a bunch of stuff about Windows 8 integrating into Xbox and a bunch of stuff
Windows
about
8.
third-party titles like Halo 4. Look, I don't...
All right, is Windows 8 out already?
The consumer release preview is out.
I still like Windows 7. Okay, this is my thing. Because how I've seen the pattern of Windows working,
It's going to skip.
it's going to skip. Windows 8's going to suck. They're going to skip it and make Windows 9. Windows 9 is going to be good.
Right.
Cuz like you know how things work. There was 95, which was okay. 98 sucked. What was after that? There was Windows 2000.
Yeah. 2000 sucked. 98 was good.
98
95
was
was bad.
95 was bad. 98 was good.
Right.
2000 was horrible. XP
was-
was one of the greatest operating systems of all time. I have
Even though
no
it was
problem
so
sa-
flawed.
Even though I have no problem saying that. I have no problem saying XP was great.
So many exploits and so many
Vista
bugs.
was horrible.
Okay, now
My first
I
com- okay,
I
let's-
liked Vista, but
I
I'm a
liked
weird
Vista.
person.
I did like Vista. Because my computer came with it installed.
Yes, it was
The only
wonderful.
problem I had with it was when you didn't hook your computer up to Vista or the internet with Vista. Like I had slower internet at the time.
I'd never had this problem. So.
I couldn't hook my computer up right then and there. So I had this problem where my computer didn't have these specific updates. So my disk drives didn't work. My computer started to shut down, and I had to return it
Dude, this is
within
all-
the
this-
first 2 weeks.
This is all a hardware issue.
This was
though.
in 2 weeks, dude. 2 weeks.
Well, we could tell the story of Geek Squad, but
Oh,
we're
screw
gonna
that.
get into the
Screw
future.
that. Screw
We're gonna
that.
get into the future computers in a future episode as
That'll
well.
be a different episode. But like
Xbox
Xbox
should
should
have
have
released anything. I don't
Yeah, they
care.
did.
Games.
Games.
Games-
Shut up and give me a console.
Give me something interesting. Give me something.
Give me your handheld. Come on.
Oh,
They should have come out with a beta handheld. That would have been cool.
No, the 3DS
This
is
is
pretty
the-
new.
They could have come out and been like, this is the Xbox, I don't know, screen.
Yeah.
Whatever.
This is-
A handheld. Something cool. Xbox 125 would have been a cool name.
Yeah, Xbox 120 is the rumored Xbox handheld that's been rumored since the original Xbox. It'll never happen.
Yeah. But whatever.
Okay. The point is, all we released was a bunch of games that nobody can afford.
I don't like the stupid games. In 10 years, they better have a new Xbox and a handheld, or else I'm going to be pissed.
They better have something more exciting. The Wii U is the most exciting thing. Most people disagree with me.
I
Most
liked
people are
it.
excited for Halo 4. I want something
I
interesting.
want something new. The Wii U is pretty damn new and interesting. Halo 4 looks the same.
Yeah. Sorry.
Ooh, Master Chief. Ooh, guns. Ooh, same damn killing
But listen to
things.
this. We finally get to play Mario in HD.
So?
Holy crap.
So? Like, literally, so? Ooh, I get to see the plumber with the big nose.
It hooks up HDMI. Yes.
Dude, I hook up my... Okay, you know I have a flat screen.
Yes.
I hooked that up to my old Nintendo.
You couldn't give a damn
I
about
could,
HD.
dude. I could give half a shit about HD. I don't see the difference. The only thing I see the difference is when I watch TV, when I watch the news, I see how ugly those people are, and how really screwed up their faces are. I think when HD first went broadcasted, they had to fire a few people because I don't see them on TV anymore. And, like, I'm wondering, like, why the hell were they gone? And then I saw HD images of them, like, oh, my God. Holy hell. That's disgusting. They got, like, these nasty boils on their face, and, like, their face is, like, drooping and shit. All right, but I'm getting off topic. All right, so 10 years.
GameStops are gone.
All gone. Netflix integrated games like with competition.
It's
with
something
GameFly.
like Netflix.
Something like
so
Netflix.
Probably GameFly because
Or Netflix could still be around and take it.
or Netflix
Or they could
buy
combine.
GameFly.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's more likely the
Yeah,
scenario.
that would be nice. I
or
could
a
see that.
merger.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'd love to just suddenly get video game rentals for free.
And hopefully the video games would probably still be the same, which would be the problem. I'd still be bored.
Yeah, but I would try every game they showed at E3 if I could afford it.
Yeah, but I can't.
I can't. Nope. I don't know who can. I don't know any person.
People
who
who are rich, people who have disposable income that are in the high income bracket.
How
Not
many
like
people
us.
do
We're
you
like
know in that market. Nobody.
There's a bunch of people at college that I go to.
Yeah,
At
that's-
UT, there's a bunch of people like that have like, this guy is like, I talked to, he's got like a PS3, he's got an Xbox 360, and he's got a Wii.
No, we've had all three consoles in the house. Having all the consoles doesn't mean we had a
And
bunch
then he
of games.
no. And then he has 60 games for each console.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, how do you afford this? He's like, oh, my parents are like lawyers. I'm like, oh. And
Well,
he's
good
gone
for you, buddy.
And I'm like, good for you. How much do you play every console? And do you play every game? He's like, no. I'm like, why do you need them then?
Right.
You
Look-
need one console. In my opinion, you need one console and like 5 to 10 games. Like, yeah, you can have an extensive library and go like, I've beat that game, I've beat them all.
Yeah.
But you don't need. He hasn't beat a single one of these games
Yeah. See, that's
fully. He's like, I'm halfway through this one. I'm like, is that the farthest you've got? And he's like, yeah.
we have a friend
that's sad.
who can beat all these games and has about 50 PS3 games and beat all of them. Okay, that makes sense.
But he still plays them.
Right. If you have enough passion to beat all those games, 100%, unlock everything. That's the only market that's left for these video games.
And those people are a dying race.
Look, I wouldn't be surprised in 10 years if the only games that people play are games on iPads and iPhones. It wouldn't shock me.
I'd be sad though.
And
I like my consoles.
I have a
I
passion
like the
for them
controller
too.
in my hand. I need to have that controller in my hand.
No,
If nothing else, I need the freaking to hold the controller and beat the crap out of something with Smash Brothers. Like if I'm playing you or whoever else with Smash, even if most of the time I lose, but I don't
I
care.
do too,
It's still
so-
fun.
right.
All right. So 100 years. Where are we gonna be?
This is so difficult.
This one is wicked difficult because we have no idea what the technology is going to be. We have no idea what the games are going to be like. We have no idea if even the games are going to be around anymore. That's a big problem.
if
if they
this continues the way it is, I have a hard time believing that there will be a PlayStation or an Xbox or a Nintendo system. I have a hard time believing that.
I have a feeling that a new company will rise from like all this. I feel like there's going to be another video game crash,
Yeah.
like in the next 20 years. It'll be just like 1980. It'll just be like gone.
Boom.
And
Bye,
then-
Sega.
and
Bye,
then,
Atari.
And then one will rise from the ashes and be the dominant and be like, you know what? We're going to make awesome games again. We're not going to make this crap. We're not going to allow third parties to make really crappy games.
We're not going to release 16 sequels for the same
Exactly. They're going to make
franchise.
good games and good technology with it. And This is just my personal thing. I would like to see virtual reality in 100 years. I'd love to put the little helmet on and be able to feel, like, put on gloves and put on boots and stuff and, like, walk around, like,
Yeah. Then it's,
stuff like that. Be in a little booth and, like, have a moving platform under you.
yeah.
I could see that happening,
Now,
but, like,
I'm going
that's
to throw
about
this out because I don't
Yo.
even know where I saw this. Maybe it was in my imagination. I saw a running game that had a treadmill controller.
That'd be sweet.
That's awesome.
That's a literal Wii Fit right there.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like, run.
That's the Wii.
I am running. Run faster. I can't. I'm fat.
You gave me a treadmill in front of the Wii, and the treadmill worked with the Wii. That's the secret to Wii Fit.
I'm talking like a rotating, like, semicircular platform
Pod.
on the bottom.
Right.
Like approximately 5x5. So you have room to move, but it moves with you. It senses your motion.
Right.
And I'd say, like, you would put on a helmet, or like a helmet would be best.
Yeah.
And you put on, like, I would guess, like, you would put on all this other safety gear probably. You have gloves that allow you to feel touch.
Right.
And have, like, elbows pads, I would guess, and knee pads, just so you're not hurting yourself.
This technology has to exist by then.
And the boots could have motion sensors in them, so it could tell, like, which way to move.
Right.
And, like, it would be sweet.
It'd be all natural.
And, like, you could actually, like, imagine playing Grand Theft Auto
Okay.
that way. You'd be in the car, you'd be beating up the hooker
Right.
with I know it's a bad thing to say, but, like, you could feel all these other things. And, like, I would push it as saying feeling pain, but, like, putting on, like, a chest vest that would, like, give slight impulses of, like, a thump.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're getting hit, so you know something's happening. Well, not like getting shot and getting, like, punched in the chest. No, I'm not pushing it that far. I'm saying, like, you getting tapped. Yeah. Like,
it'd be like
getting hit with
it's the pulse of the vibrating controller in your hand.
Yeah, like a vibration. You feel it. You're like,
it's not
cool.
It's not real.
No, it's just a
I
vibration.
don't want it to ever be that real.
No. I'm just talking like you get a little vibration. Like, oh, I've been hit. Oh, crap. I got to check my health bar.
Right.
Oh, I got to run. Stupid cops. The only problem is that making it too real.
If you go to real arcades, if there's any left.
There are still some left. But
if you get into a cool one, where some company has set up this really cool booth.
Mm-hmm.
There was this thing at Dave & Buster's. It was only there for like 1 year. You literally got in a pod. Okay, this is a pod with a chair. They lock the door. Okay, so you feel like you're inside of this
thing.
Control room. Okay,
okay.
You've literally got levers, knobs, buttons all around you. This is the
Okay.
coolest game ever. You are in a robot.
Oh, sweet.
In a robot battle. Okay,
That's epic.
that in your house is awesome if it existed.
I had something similar. There was a thing I don't remember where the arcade was. It was on a vacation I went on, but it was a flight simulator.
Right.
They had a flight simulator. It was really cool.
You ever driven in the 360 car racing games where there's screens all the way around you and the car moves?
Oh yeah,
That's
cool.
That's as real as it ever has to
Like,
be.
I would feel like it would be something like that in 100 years, hopefully. More predominantly.
in your house.
In
though.
your house, more cheap to buy, stuff like that.
Yeah. To think about it seriously, how much could a car that's on a
fake car that has screens all
it's
over
a
it.
piece of plastic that moves on a thing with a chair in it.
It could be expensive because the hydraulics would cost you money.
Right, but it's not really out of the question.
No, that would be really sweet. I would love to have that, like, in my basement or rec room or something. Be like, yeah, drive it. Yeah, screw you guys. Yeah, I'm going home.
I picture the future. We live in a place full of houses that are very close together that are all about roughly 80 years old, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, most of them are at least that old.
Mine's getting
Yours
to be
is going on
100.
100.
Sucks.
Mine's on 90 something. But
They're old. They be old.
I feel like we'll get to the point where these houses aren't going to make sense anymore. And if there was a major economy boom, one of the major things that would happen is these houses would be converted into modern type houses.
Okay.
Now, by modern, I mean houses that are wired to do things to the extent that the pain in the ass things that we have now, like wires running behind stuff and things, wouldn't
Alrighty
be that way. It would be as smooth as it is when you build a brand new school building. You mount TVs up on the walls and nobody even knows where the wires are.
I like that.
I feel like we will get to the point where that's what everybody's house is like. Okay?
With
And
TVs already built in and such.
TVs are on the walls. There's enough space to put things. There's enough open space for things like controllers that are fun and things like that. Like, you throw an entire Rock Band setup in a living room, it just pisses everybody off when it's not being used.
Yeah, it
Okay.
really does. I remember that a lot.
But it would make sense in a big open space to have a couple guitars and a couple plastic drum sets leaned up against a wall.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. It'd be
But-
fine. It'd be fine.
But in a small living room that was built a million years ago,
Like in my living room,
it doesn't.
it would just piss everyone off. Be like, why the hell is this shit out here?
With a nice high ceiling and enough open space.
Well, we got a high ceiling, but we don't have enough open space for that crap.
Right. But that big feel is the
Yeah.
future.
We also have a giant tube ass TV, but yeah,
Right.
we haven't upgraded that TV yet because,
No.
well, it hasn't died yet. Once it dies, we'll get a new one.
Right. That's kind of how we, well, unless, you demanded that you needed a big TV. It's what we did. It's like, we have to have it. I don't know why we had to have it, but
Well, like I wanted my own TV, so I bought a new TV. I bought a flat screen. I was
Right.
like, you know what? I want a new one. I want a new TV.
I want
I
to know
don't-
what it's like to have a
I
new
don't
TV.
want a tube TV anymore.
Right.
I'm sick of it. The only thing that sucks about that is my PS2 looks weird now.
We were you and me were both very late adopters to the flat panel televisions.
Yeah. I think I jumped before you did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
And then you went along, and then Jeff came. Or no, Jeff was before you.
Jeff was way before me.
Was Jeff before me, or was I the first of the three?
You were
It was me, and then just
no,
after me,
Jeff.
Jeff.
Jeff, I think, was right before you. Yeah,
Are you sure?
Jeff's family had a flat screen TV.
Okay, his family had a flat
okay,
screen.
but you
I bought my own personal one.
like my personal free
Personally,
Black Friday,
I bought
yeah.
mine first.
Yeah.
I haven't been over Jeff's in a while, so I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know these things.
the TVs.
All right, we're going into TVs. We're on video games
Yeah.
here.
Okay. Well, TVs are part of video games.
I know, but this is 100 years.
Okay, we're talking about houses being optimized for video games.
And we're getting off topic saying, when did I buy a TV?
Right. Okay.
All right, go. Just jump off that real quick.
So
So with the house optimized with TVs built in and having cords protruding from the wall, saying like a little coaxial that you can screw in, say a virtual reality thing in your TV, I would say that your TV might have hydraulics within it to come in and be placed onto the car to be the front.
look, we're looking at so many touch screens and things.
Or just hear me out here.
all right.
Because I know that they have very new, like they just started making holograms now.
Right.
Would that maybe be one of the new things?
That could,
Hologram around
I
you.
feel like in 100 years we could perfect holograms.
I think at least
we
we
brought
could
this
make
up.
them so it could work that way. If not perfect, we could get really close.
Yeah, because if you could project army guys into my living room,
Oh
that would
god,
make Call of Duty a hell lot more exciting.
it is scary too.
Well,
It'd be
yeah.
really scary because the dude's like right there, especially if it looked real.
Yeah.
Or
But-
you could have one room like the size of like a 15 by 15 room
Right.
that would just be
This
the game room,
right. And I don't
like a hologram projecting room.
but I seriously believe in 100 years we won't see Nintendo, PlayStation, or
No,
Xbox.
there'll be a new one.
It'll be something completely different. Some other
Because-
company that didn't exist.
In like 20 and 40 years, there's going to be a video game crash,
Right.
and one's going to rise from the ashes.
Oh, I
and
think
make
sooner
new
than 20,
ones.
40 years. I'm saying 20 years
20 years max.
we will crash. The
All
game
right.
the game world will crash
All right. So 20 years, game world's going down.
as we know it.
100
will
years,
crash.
new one's coming up. Netflix is going to rise.
Netflix.
Netflix. All right.
This would be a perfect time if we were sponsored, but we're
Oh
not.
god. Damn it. All right. So is that it? Are we
I
done?
I
How do you think we did on it?
I think we did okay.
We jumped off topic a few times, but we always hit some bumps on the road somewhere. That's how stuff works.
All right. So, video games currently is all about games.
All about suck.
Nothing about impressing me with new technology. 5 years from now, GameStops are going to start closing. Downloading games will finally start being the way of the future.
And one of the segments we didn't talk about, 20 years, the video game crash is going to happen just like in the 80s.
10 years from now, in 2012, we are assuming that GameStop will be closed. Games will all be downloaded. There will be some sort of starting of a service via like Netflix Instant for video games. And in 100 years, games will have completely evolved, not anything like we have today.
Into like holograms.
Holograms,
sweet.
reality-based games, and full-based ways that things that were set up to do this.
Yeah.
Okay? You will not have a phone in your pocket. Okay?
No.
It'll be part of your head.
Probably.
Okay? And everything will be in your head.
Play Angry Birds. Screen pops up out of your eyes. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
That would be really scary. I'm sorry.
I think that was a pretty good lane to the future, Curtis.
It's a good LTTF. I like it.
Yep. This was episode 2. And
Thanks for listening.
And it's been brought to you by the More Daily Podcast Network.
Giving it everything.
That concludes episode 2 of Lane to the Future, brought to you by the More Daily Podcast Network. To follow the shows that are on this network, go to www.youtube.com/More Daily Show. That's MOOREDALEY Show. You can follow us on Twitter at More Daily Show as well. To talk to other listeners of LTTF, Lane to the Future, use the hashtag on Twitter, Lane to the Future, LANE to the Future. To talk directly to me, use @Dayspace, DACESPACE. And to talk to Curtis on Twitter, use Backlane Films on Twitter. This has been a show brought to you by the More Daily Podcast Network. My name is David Moore.